What comes to mind when you think of a chicken? Let me list a few things. An egg, fried food, or a feathered creature living in a coop? Or maybe an animal that clucks? I think you'd be mistaken. Because science tells us that chickens are far more than we imagine. They are beings that feel, think, bond, and even love. In this video, we will open the door to this incredible world. I will explain the deep love a mother feels for her young and the psychological structure behind it. If you're ready, let's begin. First, let's look at the incubation period. Everything begins with the determination of a mother hen sitting beneath her eggs. When a mother hen goes broody, she turns the egg 30 times a day, rotating it with her feet and beak, because every part of the egg must be kept at an even temperature. The egg developing as an embryo is a labor of patience and care for the mother. This process lasts 3 weeks. And so motherhood begins with sacrifice, even before the egg stage. But here's the most fascinating part: the communication between a mother hen and her chicks begins long before they hatch. Embryonic chicks can hear their mother's voice while still inside the shell. They even communicate with each other. In the final 2 to 3 days of incubation, chicks begin chirping from within. These sounds are the message, "We're coming into the world." When scientists analyzed the frequency of this sound, they discovered something remarkable: the sound slows the chicks' heartbeats and calms them. Just like a mother singing a lullaby to her baby. Chickens sing lullabies too. And this lullaby saves lives. Once hatched, the chicks move into the first encounter phase with their mother. When chicks hatch, the mother's role begins. The first object they see becomes their mother. Scientists call this imprinting. The mother hen takes her chicks under her wings, warms them, and protects them. She makes sacrifice after sacrifice, barely eating or drinking, spending all her energy on her young. In chickens, just as in humans, this is rooted in a hormonal foundation. But chicks are not entirely blank slates. Research at the University of Bristol shows that when chicks are born, they have a natural inclination towards certain features characteristic of their mother. For example, the triangular arrangement of the head shape, eyes, and beak attracts the chick's attention. This is a safety system gifted to them by millions of years of evolution. Choosing the right mother means survival. So a chick doesn't just bond with any moving object, its brain is pre-wired to recognize mother-like features. The first 24 to 48 hours are critical. During this period, chicks record their mother's voice, scent, and movements into their brains. This bond will last forever. Chicks will run toward their mother and follow her wherever she goes. If a human raises chicks instead of a mother hen during this critical period, the chicks may see that human is their mother and become extraordinarily attached to them. I think you now understand the strength of the love bond in those chicken-human videos you've seen online. Have you ever mothered a chick? Now, let's move on to the psychological effect of the mother's voice on chicks. Mother hens have a remarkably sophisticated vocalization system for communicating with their young. These are not random sounds, they constitute a fully realized language. Scientific studies have revealed that mother hens use at least 3 fundamental categories of sound. The first is contact calls. When a chick gets lost, wanders from its mother, or when evening comes and it's time to roost, the mother hen makes a slow, rhythmic clucking sound. This sound triggers the release of noradrenaline in the chick's brain, helping it strengthen its memory and find its mother more easily. By the time they are 4 days old, chicks can distinguish their own mother's voice from that of other hens. This is proof of how precisely natural selection operates. The second is food calls. When a mother hen finds food, she makes a rapid, high-pitched series of sounds. Chicks that come running will peck at whatever the mother is pecking. Interestingly, very young chicks cannot distinguish between food and non-food items. Rather than learning by trial and error, they learn what to eat through their mother's guidance. In fact, when a mother hen finds food she likes, she vocalizes more intensely, passing her preferences on to her chicks. The third is alarm calls. When the mother hen spots a predator threat, she gives alarm calls. But it's not just sound, her behavior changes too. She spreads her wings, extends her beak forward, and repositions herself to bring her chicks under her wings. In these moments, the mother hen puts her own safety second. In experiments conducted at the University of Bristol, mother hens showed increased heart rates and decreased eye temperature when their chicks were threatened. This is physiological evidence that the mother hen genuinely feels distress. Now we come to the most emotional section. Here we will talk about the mother's protective embrace of her chicks beneath her wings and how it forms a psychological shield, the mother's role in absorbing the stress and fear of survival that her young face. In a striking experiment at the University of Bristol, chicks were subjected to a mild puff of air, and their reactions were compared depending on whether their mother was present or not. The results were remarkable. Chicks with their mother nearby quickly returned to normal behaviors, preening their feathers, pecking at the ground, while chicks without their mother froze for longer or showed escape behavior. The mother's presence helps regulate the chick's stress hormones. In the same study, mother hens showed increased heart rates, reduced preening behavior, and decreased eye temperature. In other words, the mother physiologically feels her chick's stress. This is among the strongest evidence that empathy and the capacity to feel exist in other living creatures. When a mother hen senses stress in her chick, she shifts herself into a state of alert. Chicks raised without their mother showed more freezing behavior, more vocalization, and less movement in open field tests. Mother absence, therefore, is not merely an emotional deficit, it represents a tendency toward fear that can last a lifetime. This is also the underlying reason why behavioral disorders such as feather pecking are more commonly observed in chicks raised without a mother in commercial farms. This situation leaves a deep imprint on the psychological state of chickens. In the next section, the first school of learning, the mother hen. A mother hen is, in essence, a school. Chicks learn many of the behaviors they need to survive from their mother: how to dust bathe, where to sleep, how to move as a group, which sounds are dangerous and which are safe. All of these are reinforced under the mother's guidance. Scientific research shows that chicks raised by their mother display more synchronized behavior. They eat at the same time, rest at the same time, and move at the same time. Synchrony increases cohesion within the flock and reduces aggressive behaviors such as feather pecking. Chicks in motion don't have time to peck at feathers, they need to keep up with their mother's movements. The mother hen also acts as a filter in food selection. While chicks raised by humans sometimes show a tendency to peck at their own droppings, those raised by their mother abandon this behavior far more quickly. The mother is a guide in distinguishing right from wrong. Chicks increase their chances of survival by imitating their mother's choices. In this way, they grow and develop. Now we move to a natural phase of separation. The time comes, and the chicks grow up. The first 4 to 8 weeks are a period in which the mother and her young are nearly inseparable. When evening falls, the chicks tuck themselves under their mother's wings. Warmth, safety, and shelter from the dark are all found there. But the mother hen also knows how to let her young become independent. The mother now understands her young have grown and flies alone to the roosting bar. This is the signal that everyone must now live independently, on their own feet. The young are now candidates for motherhood themselves. The time has come to apply in their own lives the many behaviors and psychological processes they learned from their mother. But the first bond, the first imprinting, will always remain with them for life. Some studies even show that chicks who experienced maternal love early in life grow up to be less fearful and more socially adept individuals in adulthood. In conclusion, love, patience, protection, and teaching. These are not concepts exclusive to human mothers. Even in chickens, there exists a deep bonding system shaped by millions of years of evolution. The mother hen is a being who feels her chick's fear, calms it, teaches it about life, and when necessary, puts herself on the line to protect it. Perhaps the next time you see a mother hen and her chicks, you'll look at them a little differently. Their world too holds love, attachment, and belonging. And perhaps most importantly, the truth that every living creature needs its mother holds just as true in a chicken coop. Our journey today ends here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Take care.